listen to the sound that makes the world go round. My feet won't touch the ground in the world that let me down. My ship was sinking down.
Cardinal are an indie pop duo based in Boston. They are Eric Matthews, who was originally from California, and Richard Davies, who was originally from Australia. They formed the duo back in 1992. They had one album released in 1994, and then they disbanded. However, they managed to reconcile their differences and get back together in 2011. They're still together, and they've had one more album since then. Hi, my name's Dan. So this was the first album by Cardinal, also called Cardinal, and it's my first encounter with them. It took a little bit of tracking down some because there are several acts that go by the name of Cardinal. So this has been described as chamber pop, and I think I agree, although I'm not 100% sure what that means. To me, it means it's kind of pop rock, but it has an emphasis on orchestral instruments being used. So not necessarily it has a large orchestra, but kind of individual clarinet or violin, or sometimes the string section. So there's quite a lot of that. Putting that instrumentation aside, generally I would say that these are songs, it's kind of songwriter stuff. They're curious and reasonable songs. They're quite diverse in sound. I wasn't necessarily hugely taken on my first listen. It grew on me somewhat on the second listen, so that might indicate that it's a grower. Sometimes does. My favourite track, not sure. They're all they're not all much of a muchness, but they're all reasonable. I didn't have any issues with it. I found that the Richard Davies, I presume, singing his voice is a little bit odd at first because he's Australian, and I was, I think, expecting it to sound American, so he's got a bit of an accent when he sings, and that's fine. You kind of get used to it, or I got used to it anyway. So this is one of those albums. I find that there are certain albums where I don't feel like I've got a lot to say, and generally they seem to come out in the same sort of range, marks-wise, which is 6.5 up to 6.9, and that's true for this one. So there's not a lot of it in terms of my opinion. I'd love to hear your opinion. What do you think of this album? Please talk to me through the comments box. That's it from me for now.